Now we've taken a look at the most common features of a standard library. Let's take a look at two powerful specialized libraries that you can use instantaneously within your team site. First, you have the picture library. The picture library is set to be more graphically oriented because, well, it's housing pictures. Two of the ways it does that is one, the basic view when you come into a picture library is of the thumbnails of those pictures. And two, it has a slides view, which you can use to add to a page to spruce it up and make it more graphically interesting. The next is a wiki page library. Wiki, or Easy, allows your whole team to edit and participate in creating a knowledge base for the success of your team by recording, editing, adding and tweaking notes, questions, answers, lots of different things about different aspects of your project, right in one single place. Let's take a look. From the home page of the team site, I've put the picture library in the quick launch. Now that we're located at the picture library, you can see that it looks a little bit different. We come in and we have a thumbnail view. Let's first add a new picture. Here you'll see the picture that I just uploaded, and you'll see all of the special attributes that a pictures library provides. Let's go ahead and change the name here. Let's create a title. And the reason for adding a title is this is the information that is provided to the search when you want to search for this logo. When was the date taken? That doesn't really matter here. Description? Same as the title in this case. And then also keywords. So if you're going to have a very large picture library where you want to be able to search and find and differentiate between different logos, different images, this is a great place to start putting descriptors in. In this case, not very useful. We'll call it a logo. And then we'll press save. Now you can see in the thumbnail view we have two thumbnails of the two different images that have been uploaded to this picture library. Another interesting attribute about the picture library is that if you scroll over these thumbnails, you'll see some detailed attributes about the size of these images. Also, when you want to edit one of these items, Windows 7 and Windows 8 open directly in an Office editor. Here you can see I would be able to add or edit this image directly from the Windows 8 editor. We don't want to do that right now, so I'll just close out. Here we can now take a look at the different views that the image library, or picture library, provides. We're in thumbnails, all pictures, goes back to the view that we are familiar with, columns and rows, details of the image that we're looking at, and then the slides. Slides show one element at a time, and if I press this little play button, you're able to see the other image. Going back to thumbnails, you'll see the standard view that the picture library presents. Now let's take a look at the wiki library. The wiki library is a pages library that you can add using shorthand wiki formatting. Out of the box, it comes with two specific pages, the Home and the How to Use This library. If I click on this button, we'll go to the page that says How to Use This library. Always great reference when you're starting out. Let's go back home. Now, if I want to add a lot more pages, what I do is I go to the Edit button on the top right. I go to the section of the page that I'd like to edit, and I use brackets. Notice that the bracket will tell you pages that already exist within this pages library. So maybe the first page I want to create is called Demonstration. The next page I want to create is called Training. And one more, Questions. Now, if I save this page up here in the top right, you'll see there are links underlined with a dotted line. What this means is that the page doesn't exist yet. Let's click on it and you'll see the page be created. SharePoint's asking you if you want to create the page. We do. And now you'll see that the page, a blank template, is created. Usually I'll add the title directly to the page. And the most important thing I'll do is add a reference back home immediately so that you can easily find your way back home directly on the page. Let's create a heading. And now let's press save. So if I go back home, we'll now see that the demonstration page has already been linked, while the other two pages still have not. Another feature of the Wiki library is the ability to take a look at the changes that have been made to each document. So we go to the Page tab, we look under Page History, we can click on Former Versions, and here we can see in green at the bottom of the page items that have been added, those links that we added to Demonstration, Training, and Questions. This allows us to keep a history of all of the changes, additions, and deletions that have been made to these pages while the team is building knowledge. Going back to the home page, you'll see that we have created a knowledge base for your team to be able to quickly add links, pages, insert images, and record information that they want to centralize and not lose in email or on file drives. One of the reasons of SharePoint's great success over the years from 2007 and on has been the deep integration with Office products, and 2013 is no different. Now, of course, 2013 works with Office 2013 the best, but a majority of the features are available from Office 2007 through 2010 and 2013. One of the great features is the ability to connect custom and standard document properties directly from Office and SharePoint. Also, as a reminder, the simple act of opening the document from SharePoint saves time, frustration, compared to other products out there that serve the same collaborative purpose as SharePoint, but now instead of having to save the document, edit it, and upload it back to that portal, you can just click and open it. In addition to the standard features and integration with Office, SharePoint 2013 presents a deep integration with Office web applications. Office web applications are the web-based versions of your standard Office tools, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. They have almost all of the standard features that you could possibly use and have increased the feature set from those that were available in Office 2010 and SharePoint 2010. What this allows you to do is edit and update documents from almost any device without having to have Office installed. A great example of this is doctors walking around and having forms to fill out. They can carry a lightweight tablet and be able to open documents and fill out information without storing it on that tablet and having it relayed immediately to the location where it needs to be saved, securing your information and making it easy for them to record it digitally without having to have paper documents. Another great thing that Office web applications do now in SharePoint 2013 is provide an instant preview experience. From any document library, you're able to click on the More button and be able to see the full document and make sure it's the one you want to open and edit. One great and powerful example of Office web applications integration is the Site Notebook. The Site Notebook is a OneNote workbook that is built into your SharePoint site. It is so important that Microsoft has put it on the quick launch so you can get it from anywhere in the site. What do you use this for? Well, you use it to organize notes, have diagrams, and it's great for real-time and mobile note-taking. Let's investigate the deep Office integration and Office web apps that SharePoint 2013 provides. To demonstrate the power of Office integration, let's first open PowerPoint. Here, I'm going to select Open Other Presentations and show you how we can open the document either from the sync we've previously shown or from the network place. Let's first go to the sync. Here, we'll go directly to the team site where we've been working. You can see a nice view, and we'll go into Documents. But actually, that's not how I want to open this, so I'll cancel. The next way is we can go to our computer and go to the network place that we had created before, and then go to the document library that we want to open the document in. In this case, I'll pick Managing Documents. So here we have a presentation open directly in your Office product. You can see here that people who are reluctant to come to the SharePoint website would be able to access their document the same way they always have. Now, in Office 2013, we go to the File button, and then we can look at the advanced properties to see the connections that are made. Here you'll see in this document library, we have Company, we have a status, and we have something that's called Quick Note. We can say we need to review the Office integration details. Actually, you know what? I think the review is complete. And this draft is final. So I've now actually changed those attributes directly in SharePoint, even though I'm only in Word. Let's save those changes. Now let's close and see some other integration features. Back at the team site, we have the document library, and we have the list of documents. I'm not quite sure if this is the right document, so let's go to the More button and see what happens. We see an Office web app preview. This is an interactive preview of the document. So in this case, the presentation has 8 slides, and I can go through them and see what's happening. Yep, this is the document that I'd like. I also, if I wanted to send it to someone, I could print to PDF, I could download a copy, or I could expand it. And you'll see that I've come to the full Office web application for PowerPoint. Let's take a little look. Here, I get the choices to edit the presentation. Either edit in PowerPoint, which we started in, or let's edit in the PowerPoint web application. Here, the experience is almost completely the same as your standard Office product on your desktop. There are some features missing, but as you can see, Home, Editing, all the different text and pieces of layout, Inserting, we now have Smart Art, which we didn't have in 2010, Design, we could change the different attributes of design, we can manipulate the animations, we can manipulate the transitions, and we can view in several of the different presentation views or show views. You can see on the left-hand side that functionalities like New Slide and Duplicate Slide are exactly the same as they are in your Office product. If you'll notice something is missing, the Save button is missing. If I press on File, you'll also notice that the Save button is missing. The reason for that is that Office web applications will automatically save your document. If I click here to go back to the team site, it will save the changes. That's a pretty cool feature. Now that we've seen how you can open a document from the Office product, you can look at the preview. Let's take a look at the Site Notebook. As mentioned, the Site Notebook is on the quick launch of your team site. Again, you'll see that this Site Notebook is a OneNote application in your team site. What's great about OneNote is that it's built exactly like a notebook that you used to use on paper, maybe in college, to take notes. It has a tab and it has a page structure. So in this case, we've had team meetings and we have team notes that were on a specific date. Here again, let me first show you that the editing features are exactly the same as you get in your Word application and your OneNote application. Now, if I'd like to add a new tab, I would go to Insert, a new section, and let's say this is for requirements. Press OK. And now we have a new tab and a new color and a new page that's been added. So here, first requirement is spell check. You can see also that in here, if you have images that you like to add, you can add pictures, a table to organize your information, or you can add links directly into OneNote. Again, this is really great because it is available on your tablets or even on your phones if you're recording notes at a meeting. Now we can easily go back to your team site.